Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of
Steed. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Well, there's a girl at school.
She hot?
And she's super smart.
Hot?
Funny and cool.
Hot?
Yes, she's hot, super hot.
Nice.
Are you cutting your toenails with a steak knife?
I suppose you have a problem with that, too.
Botched.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
And welcome back. It's a fine spring day. Are you guys in spring down there yet, Jared? In old windy Chicago?
This is classic Midwest here, Steed. It was like last Friday, 70 degrees out. I'm playing tennis.
Okay.
Sunday, it's snowing.
Okay.
Today, like upper 60s, I'm playing tennis again. And I think it's supposed to snow in another 2 days.
Wow. Okay, so you
it's
that sounds great. So what I'm taking from that is you're in the tennis game again.
I'm back in the tennis grind. Yeah,
You've shaken the racket off.
that's right. That's right.
No pickleball, which I'm very glad to hear.
I know. I just don't upset you. You hate the noise. But I don't, Steve. I don't want to focus too much on tennis because the subject of today's thing is duct tape.
Yes, we're doing a duct tape episode. Big episode.
I'll tell you the feedback I got from Chubstep Nick Russo, who's been on the show. He said, come for the pistachio talk, stay for a nuanced deep dive into the Iranian Revolution. that was his, that's a good quote we got to use at a
yeah
way to
on the
describe
website.
season 2.
Once we,
yeah.
Well, I guess I can make us a website whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll get to some up. Steve, I think next week we do a normal Chubstep episode, but let's do
No,
one more.
I'm never doing a normal one again.
Oh no,
I'm never going back.
Well, we have to get to some of these other stuff. I got like stories to tell and emails.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
stuff.
So what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to do the first like 15 minutes. We do the normal Chubstep stuff, and then we break into the theme of the episode.
Okay, that's what you want to do.
So these episodes are gonna start getting longer. I know our listeners, they're out there.
Okay.
That
Fine.
they don't chime in as much. We need them to chime in more.
Okay, that's
all
true.
these listeners. We need more emails.
Yeah, we do need more emails. Well, let's start with that, Steve. We actually have an email.
Okay. All right.
So
Whoever
let's start
sent
with that.
this, you are the number one Chubstep listener of the month.
Wow.
And Jay, do you have their info?
Yeah, I
Can you
do.
get their info? I'll send them a present.
Okay.
I'm going to send them one present.
So this was about season 2. This is about the first episode of season 2. This is from Chubstep Matt. He says, we have a lot of Chubstep Matts, but you know who you are.
Yeah, this could be anyone.
Yeah, relating to the topic last week, gum in the girl's hair, a classic. Gotta shave her head, can't be cool, and on a dance team with a bald head in middle school. So what he was talking about is, we were this is okay, I gotta throw it back here a little bit. We were talking about what is the best way to embarrass a girl in school so that she quits the cheerleading team.
This
We were
goes
talking about
this
the
goes
girl-
pre-pistache.
Pre-pistache, yeah, that's true. So we were talking about a story where this is a true story where a woman hired a hitman to kill a girl's mother who was on her daughter's cheerleading team. But her daughter was not on the cheerleading team. He was trying to make the cheerleading. She didn't make it because of some girl. So she thought if she could kill that girl's mom, she'd be embarrassed and leave school. We were talking about other ways to embarrass high school girls. Chubstep Matt is saying, put gum in the girl's hair. That's true. Got to shave the head. You can't have something with the shaved head on the dance team.
Yeah, except Amber Rose exists. Okay. And yeah, I mean, current Amber Rose is not that great. She's went downhill, but like 2016 Amber Rose, 2012 Amber Rose, she's in the mix with Kanye. She's moving up in the world.
Yes.
She made the bald head cool again.
Yeah.
She's why I don't wear a hat sometimes. Makes me feel secure enough.
So it's not males that are making you feel secure about being bald.
No, it's a big-breasted woman.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. That's what I wanted to hear because there are plenty of good-looking hard bodies out there.
Name 16.
Name 16 male hard bodies.
Yeah, good
Give me a
looking.
second here. I gotta pull the list.
No, I don't want a list. I wanted you to name them off the top of your head.
Okay, top of my head.
Yeah.
Jason Statham,
And if he had hair, he'd be ugly.
The Rock,
So if he had hair, he'd be ugly.
Vin Diesel,
Okay, Vin Diesel, yeah. That's it.
Billy
That's a big three.
Zane,
I don't know Billy's. Oh no. Okay, yeah, Billy Zane's pretty good looking.
the guy who plays Emotep.
Oh, yeah. He's
Okay,
not that
that's
much of a
5.
hard body though. He's got kind of a soft body.
Okay, Bruce Willis.
And
in his
I
prime.
like how we both know we're talking about the mummy.
Bruce Willis in his prime. Yeah, they're both funny. Bruce Willis in his prime.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Pitbull.
No, he's not good looking. He's Mr. Worldwide, but he's not good looking.
Tyrese is a bald guy.
Tyrese is good looking.
Michael Jordan.
You know I got a big heart on for
Kobe
Michael
Bryant.
B. Jordan. No.
Kobe
No.
was a good looking guy.
Well, RIP. I still can't. Every time I think about Kobe dying, I just can't believe it. I haven't fully processed that yet.
Tay Diggs.
Sure. I don't know who that is, but I'll
Okay,
give
you
it
gotta
to you.
trust me on this. I'll tell you John Travolta.
Yeah. All right. I mean, you better shape up.
All right, I'm at 12.
Wow, that's pretty good. Uh, I'll try and help you out. Okay, the guy from
Mr.
so-
Clean.
NoHo Hank from Barry.
No, from Barry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I knew that actor's name because
Do you think
he's
Stanley
the best.
Tucci's a good looking guy?
Who's Stanley Tucci?
Okay, the Tooch. You don't know the Tooch?
I'm not giving you the
All right, what about
Tucci.
Jeff Bezos?
I'll give you Bezos, Prime Bezos, which is right now.
Which is
Really,
right
he had a glow up. Yeah. He
Okay.
divorced his wife and just started dating some super hot chick. Got ripped.
Sure. LL Cool J.
Okay, I'll give you Vin Diesel's number one. I'll give you LL Cool J.
And then I just need one more.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out, and we're going Prince William.
Okay, you think he's hot?
Prince, he's in the top 10 Yahoo list.
Okay.
Also, Danny
okay.
DeVito's in the list. So.
Okay, well. All right.
We can combine those two. That's enough. But anyway,
All right.
Point proven.
It's a stretch at 16. It's a stretch at 16.
I'm getting, yeah, so I am getting, you guys are going to be listening to me on my journey to get hair back, and I'm going to get the treatment, the turkey treatment, because I'm a rich guy now. Nobody's, if you haven't heard, I'm rich.
Yes.
I brought a brand new 2020 Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah. I heard about those. Wait, what was wait, this is where this all started because the Chubb sent Matt's email here. Okay, so he also said here's an idea for a future Chubb history. So, and it is about a Legos that get after 25 years at sea, shipwrecked Lego pieces are still washing ashore on beaches in England. So this is an interesting one. 1997 cargo ship that contains 5 million Lego pieces on it. I think maybe we do a future one of these.
What?
Episodes.
What are you talking about? It crashed?
There was something in 1997, a crash that happened that caused. I'm
The
going to
Lego crash?
Basically a Lego crash.
Oh my God.
So I think what would be interesting is to maybe we do Legos as a future topic for an episode.
Yeah, no, that would be good. See, we can work these in there. We can work these.
Exactly. So
we can. Season 2 is big. Season 2 is going to be huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, happy birthday, Lola! Shout out, happy birthday, Lola!
Happy birthday, Lola!
And happy birthday, Lex! And happy birthday, Chubstep Lex! We'll give them both happy birthdays. They're going to date one day.
Okay,
they're babies. If anyone's
confused.
These
are babies, Chubstep babies. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking duct tape. Duct tape or duct tape?
Oh, well, funny you should ask.
Yes.
Because, okay, you want to know that here's the etymology. And ask me to do the etymology of the word etymology, I won't. It can't be done.
What's between etymology and edamame?
I have edamame from last night's Thai food in my fridge because they brought the main food out too fast.
Okay.
But I don't have any etymology. Etymology.
Oh no.
I don't have the. Uh,
Okay, just tell me what the word means.
I have to go lie down.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
duct tape. So duct tape started. Um, it was started in World War, I think, two. World War One, they just didn't have the tape technology. It was not ready yet. And some dickhead, it was actually a woman dickhead. So shout out to all the feminists here.
Yep.
He made it I will do the how it's made later, but she made it for I can't remember what it was, but she just made some tape. She made some good tape. And it was just tape. And then the guys were like, hey, the army guys are like, hey, this repels water, quite like a duck.
Mm-hmm.
So they started calling it duct tape, DUCK tape. Jared, when you think of water repellent things, do you immediately go to duck?
No.
I
I
don't
thought
either.
there was some also use of like a Dutch word that was like DUCKE or DUCHE that also has to do with like water repellency and something like that. So I
Mm.
think there's also some thoughts that
So
something
maybe
had to do with
because
duck.
the person who made it, do you have her name? It's a silly one.
It was too silly for me to remember. I didn't want to say the
Yeah,
name because
I'll
I
pull
didn't
it
want to feel
up.
like an idiot.
It starts with a V though.
Yeah.
Vesta Stout. Vesta Stout. So maybe a turncoat for the Germans, but her name
Sure.
was Vesta Stout. And then Johnson and Johnson, they like got all the profits from this somehow. They like bought out Vesta Stout.
Steve, if you were to avoid Johnson Johnson, you would not be using any products ever.
I don't use products. I don't use
Okay.
deodorant. I famously don't use deodorant. I shave my armpits. Don't use deodorant
Okay.
unless I have a
Um,
date, and I haven't been on a date in 2 years.
okay. Okay. Shout out. Shout out
Shout out
there.
to me. Shout out to
Shout
me.
out to Steve.
I live my
Uh,
own life.
well, then it becomes a little more confusing where in 1984, then there is a company that actually, uh, the Marco company or Manco company that
Yeah.
actually trademarks the term duct tape
Yeah.
because
With
right
a
after
T or a K?
with a K, the duct tape, and that's the main
Mm-hmm.
brand of duct tape now.
Mm.
Because for a while it was becoming duct tape. In the 1940s, it started being used to seal like ductwork.
Yeah, ductus.
DUCT.
Yeah, ductus.
So duct tape, and it turns out it's actually not good at with duct work.
No, it's great at duct
No, it's
work.
actually Steve. I'm not joking. If you look this up, the one thing it's actually pretty bad at is duct work.
The one thing. It's also
It's
bad at uh sticking to your arm hair, waxing arm hair.
well, okay. Well, I'm just saying it's interesting because one point its main purpose was that, and they found it actually not good for that.
Oh,
So
okay. California did
anyway,
ban it. So that says something.
California is the worst.
I
So
hate California. When we were there, I was pissing all over the ground every chance I got. I was like, I don't care if there's a bathroom here. I'm gonna pee in here. I'm gonna throw up all over this place. Screw
this is what you get for
California.
banning duct tape.
Yeah.
So yeah, to Steed's point, it like kind of officially in the 40s, kind of World War II started. There are some controversial people out there that say it was invented earlier, but it didn't have adhesive, and then later
They're
had
wrong.
adhesive, but it
Well, if there's no
wasn't
adhesive, what's
used in
the
the same.
point? That's not
Yeah,
tape.
yeah. So then later it was, there was versions of it, but more the way we see it today was really kind of around the World War II time. So
Yeah. Okay. How is it made? You're probably wondering.
yeah,
And it's actually a fairly simple process. There's 3 layers to this. I was going to do a Steed sentence on this, but we don't even need it because this is simple. You can understand it. Outside layer, top layer, silver layer. It's a polyethylene film. Easy. It's
easy.
everywhere. You take your polyethylene. It's plastic. Then you have your mesh layer. This is a trademark of duct tape. Okay, it's that white stringy stuff that goes in between it.
Yep.
Okay. This makes
like
it
a waffle.
Yeah, this makes it strong, it gives it strength, and it makes it easily tearable. Okay, and then you have the most expensive one. This is where if you buy cheap duct tape, it doesn't stick good.
Yes.
You have a
Doesn't tear
rubber-based
good.
adhesive layer. Okay, natural rubber, more expensive, it's better. Maintains stickiness. Synthetic rubber, adhesive, it's shittier, whatever.
Yeah.
So to make this, they line up these 3 layers of things, and then they push down on them. with thousands of pounds of pressure and laminate them together. Okay?
Okay.
You following?
Yeah.
That's the only step.
Okay.
You just get these things and you laminate, you push them and you squeeze them, and then it becomes duct tape and you put it on the roll.
You roll it.
You roll
Okay.
it, and they roll it on up.
I will say tape is one of those things where if you cheap out on tape, you're just cheaping out on yourself. Like
there's no point.
There is 0 point to buy generic brand tape. You will just
Yeah.
piss yourself off.
Mm-hmm. You're wasting it.
You're
I only
literally
cheap
just
out
wasting
on tape for Christmas gifts because that tape's only there for a moment.
for a moment like this. Some
Yeah.
people wait a lifetime.
Yeah, but like if somebody's gonna open the gift, I'm not gonna try and lock it up. I'm not
Some
trying to
people put a lot of
lock
effort
that
into the
shit
wrapping
up.
of the gifts. So duct tape also not great for using to wrap gifts because it stands out.
Yeah, apparently.
And it's too big. So there are purposes that it's not good for, as people know. Okay,
Yeah.
Steed, I am going to talk about a few random things in Chubb history here
Okay.
that duct tape has to do with. So a couple
Okay.
famous moments that duct tape has had.
Yeah.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day, how long we have been striving for greatness?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
America is the richest, most powerful nation on earth. If America was a woman, America would be a big titty woman. And everybody loves a big titty woman.
In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chubb history.
Please clap.
Okay, one of those moments is from Apollo. The Apollo
I
13.
love this one. Yeah, this is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard of.
So did you have this
science.
also in your notes here?
I was gonna bring it up if you didn't, but
okay, so
I
Apollo
figured there was
13,
a good chance.
Apollo 13. An oxygen tank explodes, damages the aircraft or the spacecraft, putting lives at risk. They try to figure out
while
how to
they're in
survive.
space.
While they're in space. Keep in mind, this is while they're in space. This is,
Yeah.
It's going on. So they have to fix the CO2 scrubber so that they can breathe, basically, because there's no air in space, obviously.
Yeah.
And they realize they can use duct tape to adapt a square filter to fit around the opening of the filtration system.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically,
So they put freaking duct tape. First off, they were like, all right, what should we bring to space?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring some food. Let's bring some science stuff.
Yeah.
And then this roll of duct tape, just in case.
Yep.
Like,
and the just in case scenario happened.
that is so funny that some
Yes.
guy working in NASA is like, all right, I know weight is pretty important here, but
Yeah.
you've got to bring the duct tape.
And that guy was like,
He
God,
probably
thank
fought
God.
for it.
I said, yes. Oh, for sure. It's like they are so meticulous in everything they bring. And then, of course, that
Yeah,
ends up
like a
saving lives.
pound can make a big difference. And
So they did a movie, Steed. Are you familiar with this?
no.
So Apollo 13 was a movie, 1995.
Yeah, NASA
starring
did
Tom
that
Hanks.
when they faked the moon landing. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Same time they faked
Yeah.
the moon landing 30 years later. So Tom Hanks stars in this movie, right?
Oh, I've never seen this one.
Okay, Apollo 13, that's the movie. Tom Hanks is star. I'll tell you that
Okay.
right now. Tom Hanks stars in the movie.
Did they do the duct tape scene?
Yeah, everything's in there.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
story about this. So Apollo 13 started Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was in the movie Saving Private Ryan, correct?
Yeah,
Saving Private Ryan, he's trying to save who?
Ryan.
Ryan played by Matt Damon. Yes, Matt Damon was in a movie called Dogma with another actor named Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck starred in Argo
Yeah.
about pistachios.
Pistachios.
That's last week's episode.
Oh, good. Yeah, nice
So,
connection.
Also,
Bing bong.
All right, we got to
there-
keep the movie train rolling next week.
yes. So basically, Ben Affleck is tied to duct tape not only through Tom Hanks in the movie Apollo 13, but also duct tape makes an appearance in the movie Argo.
Okay. So now I'm gonna relate every episode back to Ben Affleck somehow.
I would like to. That's my goal point going forward. We relate everything to Ben Affleck. So okay, there's a key moment in the movie Argo where they seal windows in order to block out light to stop anybody from seeing the hostages, and they use duct tape to seal the
Wow.
windows so people
Okay.
can't see that they're hostages.
So that's where the astronauts got the idea, probably.
Now the timeline doesn't. The timeline is the Argo.
Yeah,
happened
but
after
when you
Apollo
go to
13.
space, your timeline changes. So
That's true. People saw that in
the best movie ever, Watergate or something. What was it called? Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Pretty close to Watergate.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. I'm sure there's a way you could tie Interstellar to duct tape also, or pistachios. But
Yeah.
Here you guys go.
It's got to be in there.
There's also here's another little story. 1997 American Airlines flight 1420. Little Rock, Arkansas. Severe thunderstorm goes on.
Oh shit.
Landing gear malfunctions.
Oh,
Fire in
no.
one of the engines.
Damn.
So plane lands. Duct tape was used to seal the damaged engine. It helped prevent the spread of smoke and kept things under control until proper repairs could be made. So basically,
what?
They were like, "Hey, we don't want this to explode, so let's try sealing this off with duct tape." When it emerges.
I would have put some water in it. That's what I would have done. I would have poured some water in there.
They must never thought about the water thing.
We're gonna have to get Chubstep Zach back on here. Give us some firefighting, or Trent.
Exactly.
We got two firefighters, one wildland and one non-wildland. We should have them spar on firefighting.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, hit them against each other.
I like that. I really like that. I mean, the reality is I could go an infinite amount of moments in history that involve duct tape in the last.
Oh my God, there's so many.
I mean, it's crazy. We get the whole thing on story after story after story.
It's a gigantic part of our lives. The Apollo 13 one, I did not know about that before.
Doing research on this.
Randomly looking up duct tape
So
stuff.
Apparently that actually boosted a ton of the sales. So like
I freaking bet
duct tape was like Tang, whereas like
that's good
everybody
marketing.
Thinks I want to be like the astronauts and maybe can help protect me. You know, every safety kit now has duct tape in it. Like I've got duct tape in my car.
I think I do, but it's not for that. I mean, no, it's just there.
Sure.
I always carry duct tape and zip ties. I don't have any more zip ties right now in the new car because I threw them away when I got the other car, or I changed cars, but whatever. Duct tape, zip ties. Zip ties hold up a lot of stuff, a lot of the cables and stuff.
Yeah.
And it also is funny when I open it and I just have duct tape and zip ties in the trunk.
That is funny.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, Steve, do you have ways to get out of being duct taped up?
Yes, I do. So basically I made a list of the worst things to be tied up in just by my thoughts.
Sure.
So we'll start at the bottom. This is a little sidebar, but if you have your hands bound, we're going only hands.
In front of you or behind you?
In front of you. If you're bound behind you, you're screwed.
Okay.
With any of these.
Okay.
Unless you do the thing that nobody does and you just put your legs around your hands and then you can they're now in front of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically if your hands are bound behind you, they're also bound in front of you. Don't forget that, people.
Yeah.
Don't forget it. Okay, so number one, easiest thing to get out of is twine.
Okay.
If you get kidnapped or something and you're like on a farm and maybe there's some hay bales nearby and somebody wants to tie you up, they might only find a length of twine.
Or they're in a kitchen, a home kitchen, and somebody was just tied up some pork loin.
Yeah.
They're gonna tie you up. Yeah.
That would be a really specific kidnapping. But that twine's wet, so I feel like that's harder. I'm talking dry twine here.
Okay, yeah.
So you get dry twine, you can just basically take that off. It's going to be itchy, so that's why it's even on this list, but it's easy to get out of. Nothing you have to do. The next two are zip ties and duct tape. So if you're stuck in zip ties or duct tape, there's a technique you use where when somebody's tying you up, you want to keep your wrist as far apart as possible. Don't let them get too down low on your wrist.
Okay.
And
so
then
separate. So keep your hands together, but separate your elbows out.
Let them get your hands, whatever.
Put your elbows out as far as possible.
Elbows out as far as possible. Don't make it obvious though, because they're gonna know.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, uh, once they duct tape you, you wait for them to like take a nap.
Yeah.
Because that's what people that duct tape you do. They just immediately leave the room normally.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything else to you.
That's true.
So they're going to go out for a smoke. They're going to go get a snack. And make sure you ask them for like a long Starbucks order if they do leave the room.
Yeah.
Because a bit like something complicated, they're going to have to ask and they're going to have to wait a
Substitute
while
this
for
for this. And,
Yeah, because this might take a few tries. It might hurt a little bit. But basically, you have to do a cool kung fu move where you take your hands up, your elbows out to the side, and then you just slam it down like on your hips.
Okay.
You just slam down on your hips. And
So
that should
kind of like you're doing the A in YMCA.
in YMCA. Yep.
Yep.
And then you go into like what's the move? Like the pelvic thrust move.
Okay, like a pelvic thrust. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you want to
quick,
thrust,
like-
get those hips, engage those hips
Yes.
into it.
Okay.
And apparently the duct tape or zip tie will just fall right off.
Wow.
But if you're kind of a little bitch about it, it's gonna just hurt. So you might want to just let the kidnapper do whatever they want.
Okay.
You
have to commit to it.
Yeah, you do need to commit to it. But that's, I don't know. Good luck. Next worst thing is rope. Okay. I'm not talking twine, I'm talking full rope.
Sure.
Maybe some like sexy rope. Where it's meant for just specifically binding hands that they use in bondage. And in this one, the best thing to do is establish a safe word to get out of those. You got to establish a safe word. That's
any sort of bondage scenario. Yeah.
Any bondage scenario. Really, I would try this in any, because maybe your captor he'll just give you a little giggle and be like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah.
Come on. I was joking.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Laughter.
Mhm.
Good work.
Yeah. And then the worst thing. So if the other way to get out of the rope is you got to start gnawing on it. You got to gnaw through the rope like a little raccoon.
Okay.
And then if you get locked up in handcuffs, which is the worst thing, you got to break your hand, I think. I don't know. Just stomp on your hand with your foot
Okay.
until it is a mush, and then you can pop one hand out. I don't even know why you'd need it. I don't know why you can't just do stuff with two hands.
Sure.
Just stay in the handcuffs.
Okay.
And just use your fingers like normal, because you still have finger access.
That's true. People don't.
Why do you need to have untied hands? Just make one hand. A lot of people have one arms out there, and they get by. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's how you escape from. Duct tape's not dangerous. Don't let the propaganda fool you.
Okay. If anything, it's more helpful than dangerous.
Exactly. I'd rather be duct taped than handcuffed.
Yeah.
Don't double click that iPhone headphone and skip this podcast, because we'll be right back with more Chubstep.
All right, Steed. Couple fun facts. Do you know what the most expensive duct tape ever worth was?
$600 a foot.
So I'll give you a little hint, because this is a little bit of a trick question. It was part of a piece of artwork.
Oh God! Oh, the Banksy one. Was it Banksy?
It was
Gotta be
banana, banana on wall.
Oh, banana on wall that the guy ate. Some asshole.
Well, the guy's name was I think it was Justin Sun. He was a crypto god.
That's so sick. That's how I imagine crypto guys spend their money.
Oh yeah. Here's a picture of it. Banana on wall.
Oh, I'm familiar with banana on wall.
Yeah, 6.2 million, I believe is what it sold for. Yeah,
Yeah.
6.24 million.
Yeah, and the
expensive
banana
piece of
was
duct tape.
cheap. That's impressive.
Yeah, so that's
Well-
it. That's the most expensive piece. Another one, see, there are thousands of duct tape related Guinness World Records.
Oh God, yeah.
So, like, I looked up Guinness World website. First of all, this website sucks. We've had world record holders on this podcast before. I just tried to search duct tape, and it was giving me also results for ducks. So
Come on.
I cannot decipher what exactly was what, but there's at least over 1,000. It looks like duct tape
Jesus.
related world records. One of them, Steve, that seemed pretty easy to break. Largest collection of duct tape rolls. 189.
So I got to go to Home Depot.
I mean,
Any
we could do
warehouse,
that.
a warehouse.
warehouse
You
has
just
more
go
than
into
that.
a
I know.
warehouse.
The thing is, you have to pay for this, so I think
Or if they're
that's
different
how
brands. Maybe they're all different
yeah,
brands.
unclear. It wasn't clear on that thing. Also, the
Mm.
largest gathering of people wearing duct tape, 752.
Well, those 752 people, I hope they made themselves infertile during that gathering. Because that's
Well,
something,
microplastics.
yeah, that's people I don't want breeding.
Microplastics. Well, Steve, here's one positive thing that people do with duct tape. I'm gonna do a little girl talk here.
Ooh.
I don't know.
And now you might say these people should not be breeding, as you just mentioned a second ago, but I'm going to talk about this is the Duck brand. They do a contest every year for the best dress and tuxedo made from duct tape.
These
Now,
people, I mean, these are good. I'm looking at them. These are
yes.
impressive. These people need a different outlet for their art.
Well, let me tell you why not. See, you know what this winner got? Do you know what Grace got here?
What did Grace get? She got second Grand.
$15,000.
15,000?
Guess what the Tux got? $15,000. The runners up each get $1,000.
Wow. I mean, those are impressive.
Ryan B right here, 15,000. Larissa
And
L,
you know, they
15,000.
probably get into some art school in Portland.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, exactly.
And the duct tape
now,
winners,
these
isn't that impressive?
they are pretty impressive. Now, I just can't see anybody actually wearing this to prom. Like this one actually looks like a prom dress. Ainsley D, her runner up, like this actually looks like a prom dress. I
That's
just
a
can't
fake
picture
name.
I can't picture these people wearing.
The kids these days, of course they're wearing that.
Oh my God. My grade, you would have been laughed out of school.
You would have been laughed out of school. You would have that duct tape would have been ripped off you. Okay, until you were left bloodied on that floor, and they had to duct tape you back together to a wall. They duct tape you to a wall. I accidentally activated Siri, and Siri's Googling duct tape you to a wall.
That is a funny part about the you can just duct tape somebody to a wall. This is a good Avalon H.
Yeah.
Do you want to be named
It's
after
too
Toyota? I don't know.
too suggestive
I mean,
for
this
me
is
with
a
that
little
open
risque.
front.
I think it's a little risque.
She should be in jail.
But anyway, the point is some of these are very unique, but they don't look like prom dresses or prom tuxedos.
Well, I mean, yeah. So
some are just cool in general. So anyway, this is on, if you go to duckbrand.com, stuck at prom winner. Like I said, you can, submissions are actually open, or they're going to be open soon. I don't know. But the point is, you can win $15,000.
There's some, you're probably not gonna though. These people have some skills.
This is very impressive.
They're using some type of machine to build these. It's ridiculous.
Whatever it is, it's a skill set for sure. So there you go. Little girl talk. Would you wear these, Steve, if it was good enough, knowing it was made of duct tape?
No, hell no.
You're out.
It's uncomfortable. I'm a luxury man. Okay, I want velvet.
Yeah,
I want velvet.
Maybe your poor days
touching me. In my poor, no, not even in my poor days. If you can't afford it, don't go. Okay. That goes for Diddy parties. That goes for, yeah.
Okay. I have a maybe a hot take. Even if you can afford a Diddy party, you're probably not good to go to that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. We don't know what was going on.
So let's get back to this real quick. My point is, I don't think I would also wear it. I'm a material guy, and that it's not.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And
you told me to go to a Diddy party.
Okay,
I just want velvet around me.
Yeah,
like George Costanza.
There you go, velvet,
like draped in velvet.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the deal.
Okay, Jay, it has a lot of uses. I found some fun uses.
Okay, fun uses. Perfect.
On this Reddit thread.
Good.
Yeah. So people are saying like Band-Aid. It's a good Band-Aid if you don't have a Band-Aid, which I've used it for a Band-Aid.
I've used it also for a Band-Aid, yeah.
Yeah, it is a great Band-Aid. One person said they replaced an entire convertible top on their car.
Nice.
Because it was leaking. An entire convertible top.
That's hilarious.
And that's trash.
I could see Big Money Banks doing that.
I could see him doing that as well. But then he would buy another one. This person, it does not seem ever bought another one.
Yeah.
Kristen Victoria said they used duct tape to tape the phone to the ceiling so that her and her husband could film themselves, and that was on his head.
Yeah.
So it is,
Okay.
that's outside of the box.
Sure.
That's a good angle.
Yeah.
It's an interesting angle.
Sure.
I probably wouldn't, that's a crazy angle.
Well, I'd be worried about it ripping off it's not good as against a wall because it's going to rip off the paint.
That is dangerous.
You're going to want to use a masking tape.
Yeah,
Painter's
masking tape. That would have been better. 2 layers of masking tape. That's what I would have done on the ceiling.
Ceiling is not like a, it's
Yeah.
not it's a pretty matte finish. It's it's not going to be a gloss finish. It's going to rip off easier is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they could have mounted something up there. I don't know. Oh, this is a classic one. Yeah, and you've seen these before. You make a duct tape wallet.
Oh yeah. I've seen it.
Now, these people, they pull out the duct tape wallet. I lost all respect for them when we were young. I still hold no respect for them. I don't care what they're doing with their life now. You could be the aide to a senator, and I would have no respect for you.
That's like the highest regard you could hold for somebody.
Well, I don't know anybody that's like a senator, and I'm like, maybe in 20 years I'll upgrade that to senator.
Sure.
Because maybe we'll know somebody that's a senator, but
sure.
Right now, we're still young enough where an aide to the senator would be a reputable position.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Use duct tape. What's the funnest way you've ever used duct tape, you think?
Mine actually went right away to bandage when I sliced off the end of my finger using a mandolin thing. And I tried so many bandages that kept bleeding through, and the only thing I did was kept wrapping duct tape around it until the bleeding just couldn't get through the duct tape anymore.
I remember you telling me about that, and I think it's really funny just because you sliced the part of your finger off on a machine specifically designed for slicing things off
exactly.
of other things.
Exactly.
It's just so simple but so perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've used duct tape to repair some glasses. Some pairs of glasses.
I remember that.
Like multiple times.
Oh, okay. I've seen it with you.
Yeah. Yep. So that's probably my best use of duct tape. It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
It's functional.
There you go. Well, there you go. Duct tape was kind of fun. You don't have anything else, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there you go. Duct tape is fun. It's great. We use it again. It's all over the place. We don't really think about it. Obviously, it's it can do a lot of stuff. But did you know about its relation to Ben Affleck?
Mm-hmm. Did you know that a Dutch or something woman made it, named Verana or something?
How about the crypto god, Justin's
Crypto
son,
god,
and his purchase of the most expensive piece of duct tape ever?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. New episodes every Thursday. Email us at chubstep.podcast@gmail.com if you have ideas for new things you want us to cover. Like you said, Steed, we like this kind of segment. It's kind of fun. I kind of like doing this kind of style.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
All right, perfect. The show has ended. Begun.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.